Network1Sports presents the High School Game of the Week. Tonight, the East Leopards take on the Orem Tigers. The Leopards bring one of the most potent ground games in the state, while the Tigers run a wide-open spread offense that relies on the right arm of senior Micah Fe'a. Orem coach Jeremy Hill has won back-to-back state titles, while East coach Brandon Matich is closing in on 100 wins for the Leopards. Quarterback Micah Fe'a had the spread moving full speed ahead on the opening drive. Fe'a aired a deep pass down the sideline, where Bryant Sakamaki made a brilliant catch, setting up the Tigers deep in Leopards territory. However, for most of the first quarter, Orem's drives were cut short with costly penalties. This long field goal attempt by Josh Daly came up short, as the Tigers' long drive came up empty. The Leopards have an exciting 1-2 punch at running back in sophomore Amini Amone and junior Mapa Vaenuku. On a crucial fourth down, quarterback Isaac Zimmerman threw out a hard count, drawing the Tigers offside, keeping their long opening drive alive. However, on the very next play, free safety Joe Smith's jarring hit on Amini Amone knocked the ball free, and Zion Saliapaga scooped up the ball and rumbled out to the east 30-yard line. Not to be outdone, the Leopards D showed everyone that they are also good at the game of takeaway, as senior Lani Amone strips the receiver and Siona Vailahi picked up the gift and brought it to the 15. The Tigers defense responded by pushing East back to the 30. and forcing the Leopards to punt. Orem's next possession was filled with big plays, both by air and by land. This time, the East defense rose to the occasion and kept Orem out of the end zone, forcing the Tigers to settle for this Josh Daly field goal. Jaden Ayu and Zion Saliapaga kept up the pressure on defense, forcing the Leopards to punt. Bryant Sakamaki's nice return gave the Tigers good field position for their next series. Micah Fe'a unleashed the fury of his right arm as he quickly drove the Tigers down the field. This touchdown pass completed a 67-yard drive and put the Tigers up 10-0 going into halftime. It's the Network1 Sports Fans of the Game. This week's Fans of the Game, well, you need go no further than the Orem student body. Second half was more of the same for the Tigers defense as they continued to stifle the Leopards' ground game. didn't waste the opportunity afforded him by his defense as he marched the Tigers down the field one more time. Swung a pass out in the flat to Joe Smith. 8 yards later, 17-0 Tigers. Colton Brown Dye had a one-on-one with Vianuku and won. Then IU and Paxton Skips held an informal meeting in the Leopards' backfield. Pitched a perfect strike to one of his favorite receivers, Devin Saw Chisholm, and Orem was back in business yet again. Running back Joe Smith went beast mode, setting up Fa'a's third TD pass of the night, this time to Bryant Sakamaki. Joe Smith gave the Tiger student body a reason to yell and the cheerleaders a reason to smile. The East defense was still competing in the fourth quarter as One Tausinga picks off this Fe'a pass. After a big hit by Smith and this sack from Jordan Ayu, the Leopards offense was put in a hole. But Amini Amona got most of the lost yardage back on this sweet run. Then Isaac Zimmerman kept hope alive on this quarterback keeper. On 4th and goal from the 2, Saliapaga knifed through the offensive line, putting an end to the Leopards' final drive. It's the Network 1 Sports Old School Drive of the Game, brought to you by an old school commercial featuring an old school football player.
Mr. Green?
Yeah.
You need any help?
Mm-mm.
I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
Yeah, sure.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
Okay.
A Coke and a smile makes me feel good, makes me feel nice.
Be around.
That's the way it should be. I like to see
Hey, kid.
the whole world is smiling with me. Coca-Cola as life. Have a Coke and
Thanks, Mean Joe.
smile.
With 6:45 left in the game, the offense needed one more final sustained drive to run the clock. A drive that distinguishes good teams from champions. Fourth down, the Tigers needed one more play. They needed a player with the guts and the heart to make that play. Tonight, Micah Fea and the rest of the Orem Tigers showed they have the guts and the hearts of champions. The offense took its time to get going tonight. What was the key in the second half where you guys were just able to drive up and down the field?
It's all about patience, honestly. We got to find the holes. We got to take what we've seen in the first quarter and the second quarter, and we just got to keep running with it and see the plays that we ran before. We just got to keep going.
When you and the quarterback start clicking together, you start getting those catches. How good does that feel?
It feels great. I mean, being new here to this school, it feels amazing. It's my first game start being here, and it feels really great to have a bond with all these brothers, and they just make me feel comfortable and at home.
Your offensive line on the running attack in the first half, it looked like they pretty much were trying to stuff it all night long, but then that opened it up to go outside and for the passing game. Did you guys talk about that at halftime?
Yes, we talked about that. It was really just about getting in those holes, trying to open it up a little bit, bring more variety. So as you can see, we ran a little bit, but we opened it up to more passing game because it was more coverage based.
How good does it feel for the offensive lineman when you're able to give your quarterback that protection and he starts hitting those 20, 30-yard passes?
Oh man, it feels great. Just being able to block for a brother, be like united on the offensive line, it feels amazing.
Fantastic. Okay, defensively, you guys were just absolutely terrors. This team that you face tonight likes to try to grind it out and run the ball and make teams get behind and then have to play from behind. You guys didn't give them a sniff of the end zone tonight.
Oh man, we have a lot of that credit to thank to Uncle Abu and our coaches, like Coach T and Coach Josh. They always make us grind in practice, so when we came to the game, we were just ready for that kind of mentality, you know.
State championships, again and again and again. How much pressure is there from the guys who graduate? Do they give you guys phone calls? They light up your cell phones everyone after each game?
Oh man, those guys are really supportive, you know. They've always been there, like Noah, Puka, J. Will. We got a bunch of great leaders that passed and still lead. As you can see, they're on the sideline tonight, you know, and they're just there supporting us. So there's not really any pressure. We have all their support.
The defense tonight, man, how many big play after turnover after turnover, especially in the first half when it was tough for your offense to get going. Does the defense, when the offense takes its time a little bit to get started, is that when the defense says, okay, let's just shut the other team down, eventually our guys get going?
Yep, you know it. That's what the defense is for. Defense is the backbone of Orem High School. That's all we do. We just give our offense a chance. We let the offense play. That's all we do.
I was talking about all the back-to-back championships. When you come in as an underclassman and then you work your way up into a starter, what does it feel like knowing that every year you're expected to go to the state championship?
You know, it is a lot of pressure, but it's more fun than anything else. Just all my brothers love each other so much, and we're the bullies, and we're going to go get them.
Plus you like playing that football when the weather gets cold, huh?
I love it. Love it.
Good job tonight.
Thank you.